Turkey season is right around the corner. It's actually Monday for us here in Missouri. And with this quarantine, you're probably going to have a lot more time to fill those tags. And we'd all like to imagine that these turkey hunts are going to go perfectly every time. Those toms are going to gobble back at every call you make. Your decoys are going to be set up perfectly so it brings them strutting into the perfect range, and your shot will be right on target. But we all know that's not how real turkey hunts go. Your first setup could be completely wrong, the birds will be silent, and they'll probably hang up just out of range. And with all this unpredictability in turkey hunting, you can't afford to make a whole lot of mistakes. Well, actually, maybe this year you can, because you've got all the time in the world probably, but you would like to minimize those as much as you can. So in this video, we're going to go over 3 very common turkey hunting mistakes. But before we get into the tips, do me a favor, and if this is your first time on my channel, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Also, give me a thumbs up if you like the tips. Also, you may hear some background noise because I do film at my house and all of us are home due to the quarantine, so you may hear some background noise, somebody yelling because they want some more apple juice, or my oldest daughter talking about some TikTok that she really likes. Just try to ignore it. And the first common turkey hunting mistake that we're going to go over is that you're setting up too close to roosted birds. You did all that preseason work trying to figure out where the big toms are roosting. Do not ruin all of that time you spent out in the woods trying to find where they are by sitting right underneath it. Instead, try to figure out where they're most likely going to fly down to after they leave that roost, and try to set up no closer than 100 yards to that. And sometimes that might even be too close. Trying to get any closer than 100 yards to a roosted tom is just asking for trouble. They are going to spot you, and you might as well just give up and go somewhere else at that point, because they're going to go the opposite direction. And the second very, very common turkey hunting mistake is you are not ready for the shot before that opportunity comes. Turkeys have excellent eyesight, especially when it comes to spotting movement. That's why you can't get that close to a roost, and why you should be ready to take the shot in a split-second notice. Toms come in silently all the time. In fact, during my hunts, most of the time they just come running right into the decoys without a single gobble. Unless you can see them coming from far away, that leaves you very little time to prepare for that shot. Those toms are definitely going to notice if you have to bring your gun up from your lap or swing completely around. If you're going to be sitting up against a tree, then get a knee pad designed to hold your gun comfortably on your knee for a long time, or get a good tripod. If you're taking kids with you, I would definitely recommend getting the Field Pod from Caldwell. It takes a little bit of the recoil away and holds it steady so they are going to be ready to take a good shot when the time comes. And speaking of being ready for that opportunity, the third mistake that a lot of turkey hunters make is they don't know how their gun shoots. Now hopefully you've been practicing your calling so it sounds at least somewhat realistic, but have you patterned your shotgun at different ranges? Can you pretty accurately guess yardages? If not, then you could be setting yourself up for a pretty bad heartbreak. This is a mistake that both beginner and seasoned turkey hunters make all the time. It is not a good idea to assume that your shotgun and whatever brand of shot that you use is going to perform the exact same from year to year. Pattern your shotgun before the season every time. There's no harm in just throwing a couple shots downrange at different yardages just so you know for sure how it's going to perform no matter what situation presents itself. This is especially important for beginner turkey hunters because it's easy to assume that just because you're using a shotgun that you've got a wide spray of lead going down range and that you're most likely going to hit your target. I mean, that's what a lot of kids grow up thinking. A shotgun just throws a wide spray of lead, which is true if you're using something like birdshot with no choke, but these modern turkey loads with modern chokes actually puts a small pattern at pretty close ranges. It's very easy to miss. And being able to somewhat accurately judge distance is important because, like I said, modern turkey chokes and those high-performance turkey loads put out a small pattern at close ranges, but that pattern gets wider as the shots get farther. And if you can't even somewhat accurately judge distance, you may be taking shots that are way too far out, or you may miss completely at close ranges because that pattern is a lot tighter than you thought it would be. And I know there are good combinations of chokes and shells out there that allow you to pretty accurately take a shot up to 60 yards, but if you don't pattern your shotgun and practice at those ranges, you're not going to know if you can even make that shot. Treat your shotgun like you would treat your rifle before deer season. Get very comfortable with it, know how it's going to perform at different ranges, and you will increase those odds that you will fill that tag come the end of the season. So that was 3 turkey hunting mistakes that almost everybody makes from time to time. If you have committed any of these mistakes, or if you've committed any others that you'd like to share, leave that down in the comments below. And hit that like button if you like this video, share it if you found it helpful, and make sure that you are subscribed so you can stay informed.